3 different physical servers. Um, we're running combined almost 200, a little bit over 200 gigs of RAM, 5 solid state drives. Again, this is across 3 servers. 5 solid state drives, a terabyte drive in each, 2 terabyte drives in each server. There's 3 servers, and then they're all dual Xeons, not Harper Towns, Woodcrest, I think, but they're all clustered and low balance. There's actually 2 servers in Philadelphia and 1 server in Chicago. So, did I say Solid Snake? Sorry, I don't think I did.
No.
Solid State?
No, you said solid state.
Okay. So there's mountains over there. There's a snow thing. I don't know. There's a biome everywhere. So if right here on these corners where I kind of am right now,
Yep.
we got to do some stuff still with donator shops.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do. There's a lot of things that we're still adding to this spawn. But these corners are going to be utilized, and they're going to be like little warp areas to all these different worlds.
Am I right in saying that the donated cash, some of it goes to charity? Is that right? 50% goes to charity.
Yeah, 50% of any money that is made on this server, that includes the leagues, is going to go straight back to charity. We're going to do a different charity every month. Is who it's going to go to. So it's like I can't give you one specific one because it's literally going to go to a different one.
Yeah.
If you guys have ever heard of Fatality, he's from Kansas City. I'm from St. Louis. I used to play Quake with him. Probably the second month, we are going to actually do an event for the Children's Hospital in Kansas City, Missouri. That's he's going to kind of help us out and support us. So we have a little bit of a soft spot for that charity. So that's probably going to be the only regional charity that we do. But and we may do more. I have no idea. I'm not going to say it's going to be the only one because I really don't know. But as far as us making money, we're not really going to make money on it because 50% is going to charity. There's probably at least another 40% going straight back into this league that we're developing and going to do. We're doing, like I said, we're doing this whole league. That's I don't want to really talk about it too much because we're not launching it right off the bat, and I don't want somebody stealing our idea, but it's going to be pretty big, and basically what we're trying to push is esports for Minecraft. We're going to be doing MLG and all that stuff. Like I said, I used to play Quake and Counter-Strike, and I made a living off of it when I was in college, and I made $60-some-odd thousand one year off Counter-Strike. So I want to do that for Minecraft. I got the connections, I've got the ability, so that's what we're doing.
There's a question here from Blue Cow, and he says, "Can you put the full details of the server, mods, and stats on the website?"
Yeah, as soon as the website's up, we will. I'll put everything up. We're gonna kind of what we're doing with Multi-World and Bucket. We have Nathan Adams of Bucket actually helping us code. I think his name's Dinner Plate or something like that. Not 100%. It's Dinner something, Dinner Cow or something like that. But he's actually helping us. So
I've got to say, the architecture for this main spawn is amazing.
That'd be all Avios right there.
Jesus.
Dinnerbone, there you go.
Christ.
Yep. Can I tell you what I did in Counter-Strike? I was on a team called Evil Geniuses. They're pretty big in StarCraft right now,
Yeah.
but they started out in Quake and Counter-Strike, and we went all around the world playing Counter-Strike. There's leagues called World Cyber Games, Cyber X Games, CPL, which is Cyber Professional League. There's a lot of different leagues. So.
Do you fancy giving us a tour around spawn then, shops, etc.?
Yeah. Down here is going to be donator shops.
Yep.
There's 2 levels of donator shops.
Are they pre-built so everyone gets an equal?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's right now there's 2 levels of donator shops in this city, and then there will be another city that we're going to do during that creative event where we have more donator shops. So I think there's another here. You can go ahead and warp. You should be able to warp. I think you got access.
Yeah, I didn't want to click anything until. Are you going to add a time limit to warps? That's I don't know.
Yeah.
If I'm...
Yes. There. Yeah. Either 5 or 10 seconds.
Yeah,
Not 100% sure. But there's more donator shops here. I didn't really want to crowd this main city with donator shops.
No, yeah.
Go ahead and click on spawn.
I don't know if I'm getting instant spawns because you've gave me some sort of.
You're getting instant because it's not. We don't have. It's not
configured yet. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So, where it's just typical server selling items. What we're doing over here. Yeah, over here. The sell department will be updated weekly. Go to MC Junkies and vote for next week's items. So what we kind of wanted to create, if you remember when World 2 of Raycraft, we're kind of stealing something out of that book. People that didn't donate couldn't make money. There really wasn't a good way for them to make money. So what we're going to do is, instead of me making a blaze spawner and just farming up blaze rods like we did on World 2 and World 1, we're going to do different items every week. We're going to change like the items that you get to sell every week. So Steve can't, just fish all day and go sell all his fish for $1 a piece and make a ton of money. We're trying to figure out this economy and balance it correctly. And one thing we might actually be doing is we might be ditching essentials. So pending what's going on, we're probably going to ditch essentials and go with command book because our developer's pretty big on command book. I think he works on it. So we're probably going to command book and going to change some things, which should allow us to do some more things that we want to do. There is going to be a petition system right inside the game that is going to be hooked up to an online petition system. I'm going to try to tie that into the forums. Here's something that I kind of want everybody to pay attention to. Because this is going to be kind of cool for all you stat freak nerds and all that good stuff, the people that really care about their stats. We're going to keep track of kills. You're going to be able to put a bounty on Never, and you're going to get paid that bounty. But the biggest thing is we're keeping track of kills, deaths. There's a whole list of stuff that's compiled into a database. And what we're going to do with that data is you're going to have a place to, on your forum account, your website account, you're going to have a place to put in your name. So like Steve, whatever his forum account is, he can put in Never, and it will pull Never's stats out of the database and put it right on his forum account. So there's going to be constantly, just stat galore. Anything I can do with stats, we're going to do. So anybody that can see numbers, and maybe we make a stat called like most deadly, and that person maybe that's like it calculates their damage output and their kills and just I don't know, whatever, just cool stuff, and we'll give out awards and prizes and whatnot for that. Really want to make a community involved, but again, I want to stress this isn't just MCMMO and factions. It's way bigger than that. So this right here is a world that we just started testing MCMMO on. We've been doing everything else because we've been modifying MCMMO. This isn't the actual server. This is kind of like, if you want to call our server in beta, this is kind of like 0.5. We actually have 1.2. Let's say we're going up to 2. We actually are up to like 1.2 on our actual world. So a lot of this stuff's actually outdated already. I just needed to set up a world for MCMMO. So I guess we'll open it up to questions. I kind of want to keep a couple other things under wraps, but there is more stuff that we could show. But
yeah, like we said, this is just a teaser. I'm pretty sure there's lots and lots more that we could show, but we want to keep you interested, don't we? Keep you excited.
The saving thing, it saves every 1 minute right now. Every minute it saves, and it says expect. That's just the default thing. I have it saving every single minute because what happened is when we were importing, like when we're copy and pasting all these things that we're building, it lags the server pretty heavy. And one time it lagged a little bit, and I shut off the server off of Avios, and he lost everything. So now I have backups and saves every minute, which that'll be changed once we're live. But when we were only running on one server, once again we're on 3 now. But when we were only on 1, it was lagging the server a little bit when we were pasting it. Because like this spawn, we actually built somewhere else and we copied it and pasted it to its current location. What happens when the PvP Raycraft map gets messed up? We've kind of thought about that. We can constantly do backups. You know, it will get messed up, but we're gonna either one rebuild it, two, it's we can actually save chunks of land that are, you know, outside our war zones, so we can save those to a schematic, and we can paste those back in at a later date.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
Sorry, can you could you roll back the zone?
Yeah, that's what I mean by chunks.
Yeah.
So we can actually save those chunks that are good to go, that are like untouched right now. So all we have to do is reload those chunks later on, and bases will probably get reset. But we don't want to do that for. I mean, you know, we don't want to do that every month like other servers. You know, griefing will be stopped. I mean, they shouldn't be able to grief. What do you mean by griefing?
I've got a question. You know the raid crafting aspect. What about
Yeah.
water protection and all that? How do you feel about that?
That's something we're still trying to balance, and I'm hoping we can get the website up this weekend, and we're gonna ask, because I really want to know, because I have a preference of what I prefer.
Me too. Yeah.
So it's just kind of it's all based on preference, and I mean that can be a long debate right there on what to do.
Yeah. In my own honest opinion, I feel that water protection is not the way to go. I prefer like any base raidable. If you want your base not to get raided, you've got to put time into that base. For example, 10 layers of obsidian, etc., etc.
I think we're gonna ditch the water. If anything, it's gonna be a little bit more like World 2 of Raidcraft, as far as the obsidian, but not as powerful. They were on 10 TNT hits. They lowered it down to 8. We're probably gonna lower it. There was a question about big factions. There's not going to be big factions. We're going to limit it to somehow, and we're probably going to limit faction power. That's the easiest thing. I mean, because, you know, let's say you come in here with, you know, 100 of your friends or whatever. I mean, you're going to be able to do that, but we're going to kind of change how power works. So I don't want to just say that, you know, because you're not going to have 10 power anymore. But there is going to be a pretty good balance. 2,000 slots is what we're currently on. Realistically, we're probably going to have 1,000 slots and probably about 200 donator slots until we get a little bit. I just want to see the performance. I'm not going live with 2,000 slots, but that's what we're doing. Theoretically, 2,000 is the limit for Minecraft. Like it's the maximum that you can do. Once again, we have Nathan Adams from Bucket working on that, and he's got a multi-threaded Minecraft for us, which is unheard of. And that's going to get us up to about 5,000. With the current server hardware that we're doing, there is no reason that we cannot support 7,000 slots, as long as the processor is going to keep up. But we're never going to get that big, I don't think. If we get DDoSed, let them DDoS us. That's fine. I have ASA firewalls. I'm actually a network administrator as my daytime job. I will actually challenge somebody to hack the server. So good luck.
I think I saw
I've actually already went on a botnet and had botnets try to DDoS the server and just instant ban. So. Probably not going to happen, but if it does, there's ways to fix it. So,
Chrissy asks around the spawn with bedrock, and you can do a little stress test.
all right, let me stress test on what?
I don't know. I think he was on about getting loads of people just to be in spawn and stress test it so no one can leave, but it's not really.
We've actually already done a stress test, but let me pop on a different account here.
Are we going to do a little testing with MC and ML?
Yep. Let me take your game mode off. Let me fly out here on my admin account real quick.
the heroic strike ability, does that work for swords or axes or?